Rocky Mountain construction. In just about 9 years, a group of about 150 people have managed to bring that name worldwide by building over 20 coasters. And today we talk about the much anticipated model RMC has yet to debut, the T-Rex. For all of those who might not know, what is the T-Rex? In order to answer that, let's take a step back to the Raptors. The Raptors made their first appearance in 2018 when Fiesta Texas and California's Great America took the risk and built the prototypes. They were an instant success, and from there on out, parks wanted taller, longer, faster, and now in 2020 we get a step up with Jersey Devil. There's also rumors that Magic Mountain might get a Jersey Devil clone for the 2021 season, but that's a whole separate topic. For reference in this video, I will be using a no limits creation from LanceHutch. I'll throw a link to his channel in the description down below. Be sure to go check out the original video and subscribe while you're over there. He has some pretty good stuff. Anyways, let's get back to the Raptors. The Raptors are designed as a cheap option for smaller parks to fit into a small footprint. People praise these things for being small, powerful, whippy, smooth, and airtime packed. However, they do have one inconvenience. They're meant to max out at 200 feet. This is where the T-Rex steps in, as a much larger option that can handle more capacity, greater heights, and larger layouts. It was confirmed by lead RMC engineer Alan Schilke that the T-Rex track is designed to reach at least 300 feet. Now, building upon this, something that I found interesting in an interview between Colin Kuhn of RMC and Peter of Theme Park Crazy, Colin Kuhn stated that the T-Rex track is meant to go between 400 and 500 feet.
We're hoping to go, we can probably go 400 or 500 foot with that if we wanted to. Whether or not we will, I don't know, but it's one of those things where we definitely wouldn't mind doing, so yep.
A 500-foot coaster is absolutely massive. It would be the world's tallest coaster, and it would destroy Fury for being the tallest chain lift coaster. But as far as what we currently know about the T-Rex, well, it's gonna be tall. That's about it. So, luckily for us, I went deep into some original concept images and renderings and put it all together to what I think we can expect from the first T-Rex. In some original concept art released a while back, the lap bars look to be just like any other RMC restraint. However, I bring this up because the Raptors have something totally different. The Raptors restraint has a soft vest, which is needed because of the whippy nature, but since the T-Rex does not have this, I would assume it's not going to be as whippy, meaning it might have more of an out and back or L-shaped layout. Anyways, what parks were looking to get one of these would need to have a lot of space, more than say a 300-foot Railblazer. With all that said, what parks could qualify to get one of these monsters? First and foremost, they need to have a lot of space and not have a height limit. In that case, we will not see some California parks like SeaWorld San Diego or Discovery Kingdom, because we know that they have a height limit. We also need to look at what parks are willing to invest in this coaster, because it will be pretty expensive. I would assume that it's going to be cheaper for American parks because all the steel fabrication is done in the country, so that makes overseas parks a little less likely, but I still do have a few in mind. And lastly, what parks could really benefit from one of these? For instance, Michigan's Adventures in the US has no height requirement and a lot of space, but it doesn't really need this. It needs something else to sustain its lineup for the time being. Well, with all that said, let's throw it all together and cast some predictions to where we might see the first T-Rex. If you're new to the channel and enjoy the content, consider clicking that subscribe button down below for more videos just like this. Also, today's shout out goes to Coaster Genius. If you want to be featured in my next video, then just comment something down below. If I like it, then I'll be sure to put you in my next video. I feel that a T-Rex might be too big of an investment for Six Flags, so I won't mention any of their parks. I absolutely believe that they will continue to add Raptors, but I just don't see them getting a T-Rex. If for some reason they do choose to get a T-Rex, I would love to see one at Great Adventure. Yes, they do have Jersey Devil, but I think it's going to be a much different ride experience. Think back to what I said before about the T-Rex being much more of a traditional coaster when the Raptors are much more compact. First is the one that everyone is expecting me to say, and I'm saying it first because it's easily the most boring option. It's Cedar Point. Everybody has said that a T-Rex would be awesome at Cedar Point, and though I do believe that a T-Rex will come to the park at some point, I hope that's not for a few years. I would like to see some other coasters come first, but overall, yes, I would love to see a T-Rex come to Cedar Point. And a while ago, the park teased that they would add a ride that would be better than Steel Vengeance. If that doesn't scream T-Rex to you, then I don't know what does. The next park is personal bias, but Busch Gardens Williamsburg. If they do end up getting Drakenspeyer for the 2021 season, the odds of a T-Rex coming are much lower. Besides, I would rather see a raptor come to the England section. I'll throw a card to that video at the top of the screen. Next, let's go across the world to Fuji-Q Highland. Rumors lead towards a new expansion costing the park over $30 million US. Whatever it is, it's gonna be big. Maybe that price is high because of the price of steel or shipping, or because they need to add more structure to support it from earthquakes. Whatever it is, I assume it'll be pretty big and record-breaking, considering all of Fuji-Q Highland's roller coasters are record-breaking. And of course, a T-Rex would be a great way to fill an 11-year void of no new coaster. Heading to Europe, some possible parks could be Energylandia, Ferrari World, or maybe by some slim chance, one of the Wallaby parks. Back in North America, possibly the Cedar Fair Testing Grounds, Canada's Wonderland. I think it would be a fine addition. And of course, lastly, you all are gonna beat me up for this, but Epic Universe. Now, by no way would this open with the park, but maybe 10 or so years down the road, we could see some possible space to hold an attraction of this size. The reason I'm not saying Universal or Islands of Adventure is because they are low on space. They still have some room, and don't get me wrong, they could always rearrange things, but nothing anywhere close to having enough room for a T-Rex. Thank you all for watching today's episode of Coaster Theory. Before we go, I have a huge announcement. I recently just started a coaster podcast called Talkin' Trimless. If you're someone that loves roller coasters, I absolutely recommend this podcast. Every Saturday, we talk about the recent news and play games where you can even play along with us. It's a great 2 hours. I recommend you go check it out. Links in the description down below. Thank you all for watching today's video. I'm Zach from Theme Park Media signing off, and I will catch you in the next one.